The buzz is growing. The rumors are getting louder. And for good reason. Apple's AirPods Pro 3 are quickly becoming one of the most talked about tech products of the year. These aren't just simple earbuds. Not anymore. In 2025, wireless audio is about more than music. It's about health, AI, mobility, and ecosystem integration. And Apple knows it. As we inch closer to the launch of the iPhone 17, with all its rumored AI features, Apple seems to be laying the groundwork for its next big hardware refresh. But this time, the story isn't being told through leaks on a factory floor or early hands-on prototypes. This time, the clues are buried in Apple's own code. Yes, system files, Bluetooth registries, and firmware tweaks are painting a much clearer picture of what's coming. And while the official product might still be hidden, the AirPods Pro 3 are becoming harder to ignore. So what do we know? And more importantly, how close are we really to the AirPods Pro 3 launch? Let's break it down. The code doesn't lie. Apple quietly changes the wording. Let's start with something simple. A string of text. In mid-May 2025, Apple updated a line of internal code that used to say, "This task requires AirPods Pro 2nd generation." After the update, it said, "This task requires AirPods Pro 2 or later." At first glance, this seems minor, but in the world of Apple, wording matters. Apple is notoriously careful about naming conventions, version control, and backwards compatibility. They don't just change things without a reason. In the past, similar language changes in code have hinted at upcoming releases, like when iOS referenced Face ID mask detection long before it was announced, or how Mac software began recognizing M2-chip architecture before the MacBook Air M2 ever launched. What Apple is doing here is future-proofing. They're setting up the operating system to recognize a device that doesn't technically exist yet, but that means it will exist soon, or Apple wouldn't bother making the change at all. So this new phrase, or later, is more than just cautious language. It's a sign. Apple is preparing for something new. The Bluetooth mystery, 8 to 39, and the unnamed device. Shortly after that system string change, another strange thing happened. Apple updated its internal Bluetooth configuration database. A new device appeared with the identifier 8 to 39. Now, here's why that matters. Apple assigns unique Bluetooth identifiers to every wireless device it creates. AirPods, Beats headphones, keyboards, Apple Pencil, you name it. Each one has its own code. The identifier 8 to 39 doesn't match any existing product. It's not the AirPods Pro 2. It's not standard AirPods. It's not Beats. That alone is suspicious. But add it to the timing of the system string change, and it becomes even more interesting. Why would Apple register a brand new wireless product now, right as it updates firmware to accept newer AirPods? Put the pieces together, and it's not hard to imagine what 8 to 39 might be. It's almost certainly the AirPods Pro 3. And this isn't the first time Apple has accidentally revealed itself this way. We've seen identifiers for AirPods Max, Apple Watch Ultra, and even the Vision Pro appear months before their official announcements. If Apple is doing the same thing here, then the Pro 3 are already in testing. It's not speculation. It's a pattern. The release date battle, 2025 or 2026. This is where things get tricky. Because while the software side is showing signs of readiness, the supply chain side is telling a different story. Several well-known Apple analysts have claimed that production of the AirPods Pro 3 won't start until 2026. The reason? New hardware features that still aren't ready for mass production. And we're not just talking about tiny changes. Reports suggest that Apple wants to add IR cameras, health sensors, and gesture control, and that kind of innovation takes time. Apple doesn't like launching something that feels half-finished. If they're serious about adding real-time translation, heart rate tracking, or AI-enhanced audio, they need time to get the hardware right. So what's happening? It could be that both sides are right. Maybe Apple is preparing the software and ecosystem in 2025, but holding back the actual hardware release until early 2026. That would explain the code changes and the new Bluetooth ID, while also lining up with production delays. And it wouldn't be the first time Apple pulled a move like this. They've done it with the Mac Pro. They did it with the Vision Pro. Announce it, hype it, ship it later. If that happens again, we might see the AirPods Pro 3 announced in September 2025 alongside the iPhone 17, but not available to buy until early 2026. Why update the ecosystem before the product? This is a key part of Apple's strategy. Think about it. Apple always makes sure its software is ahead of the hardware. That way, when the product launches, everything already works. For example, iOS 15 had Face ID mask detection before it was activated. macOS Ventura referenced M2 chips before they launched. The software is always laying the foundation first. That's what's likely happening here. By changing the system strings now and registering the Bluetooth ID, Apple is prepping iOS 19, iPadOS 19, and watchOS 26 to recognize and support the AirPods Pro 3 before the device is even official. This ensures there are no hiccups at launch, no delays, no broken compatibility. It also means that developers can start testing early and Apple's internal teams can begin refining features like accessibility, Siri integration, and spatial audio long before the earbuds ever hit the shelves. This is a quiet but powerful move, and it tells us that AirPods Pro 3 are very real, even if they're not quite ready for your ears yet. So are they coming or not? That's the million-dollar question. The answer is probably this. Yes, but not immediately. Everything we're seeing, system strings, Bluetooth IDs, patent filings, suggests Apple is almost done building the foundation. The hardware might be in testing. The software is getting updated. The feature set is being finalized. But real mass production? That's still up in the air. If Apple needs more time to perfect the health sensors, AI chip, and gesture system, they'll wait. But that won't stop them from previewing the product this fall. That way, they capture the headlines. They lock in the ecosystem. And they give users a reason to stay invested. It's a strategy that has worked before. And it might be the same approach they take now. So far, we've only scratched the surface. We now understand the leaks, the timeline, and Apple's ecosystem strategy. But we haven't talked about the most exciting part yet, the features. In Section 2, we'll dive deep into the rumored upgrades. From AI-powered audio to health monitoring, to new chip architecture, the AirPods Pro 3 could become Apple's smartest earbuds ever. Ready when you are. I'll continue with Section 2 as soon as you give the green light.